Buongiorno, finally good weather after, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It was raining all day long, every day, every single day. The most rainy spring ever in Italy, I guess. Still all wet on the ground. Today I have a surprise for you. It's not the shirt, but it's this one. Didn't move it quick enough. Now we are going together in a little paradise where I was spending most of my childhood. This is because I cannot record this video at my home because everybody around, all the neighbors, are using these few hours of sun to, you know, cut the grass and do some maintenance that they couldn't do in the last weeks. So there is too much noise. Look. Not bad, no? Oh my god. Ah! I really don't know how I managed to put myself in this situation even when I'm not riding a motorbike. So this is my little paradise. When I was younger there were swings, one here and one there. You can still see a short piece of chain, a couple of pieces. And here, okay, the grass needs to be cut up. And here there is this little table, and I will use it as a table for this unboxing. Oh, I remember this table a little bit taller when I was younger. Oh my god. Okay. So today we are going to talk about rugged phones. Here I have a Blackview BV9200. The one of you who is following me since the beginning probably remember that I started my first trip with a rugged phone as a navigator. The reason why I prefer a rugged phone instead of a actual navigator is because I really like the idea to have a backup phone in case my phone dies or I lose it or someone steals it from me. I think it's much more flexible, and actually I think that a navigator worth the money only in case you are really going in a very remote areas where apps like Google Maps, Osmand, Maps.me don't have you know, the track you're following. But I also must say that so far 85,000 kilometers in 26 countries on Himalaya, Nepal, Pakistan, India. Even if I found myself in pretty remote areas, I never had problems with just simple apps like Google Maps or Osmand. Also, I like the fact that I can share maps between two phones. And before sleeping, when I'm traveling, I'm always, you know, checking the route for the day after, and I use my main phone, then I save the route and I send it to the other navigator. And also I can use at the same time two navigators, one in the best position to follow, to actually follow the road, and another one maybe not even with the navigation on, but just with the map zoomed out, so I can, you know, always check if I'm going in the right direction, because sometimes you can make a mistake, or also the navigator can make a mistake. So, and in some situation, a mistake can be really dangerous. So let's give it a look together. It's the first time I open it. Okay, here we have the phone. I'm gonna give a closer look. Oh, so bulky. The fast charger, 3.1 ampere, so 66 watts. And this cable, let's see how long it is. And then, okay, just few paper about the warranty and the little manual. Okay, let's see if there is something underneath. No, let's open it. Let's remove the cover. So I will make some unfair comparison with this Samsung, which is a A12, which I bought in Corsica 2 years ago when my other Blackview died, the model BV8500. So first impression is heavy, but actually lighter than the previous I had, 310 grams. A little bit thicker, but actually this is pretty thin, 13.6 millimeters. The frame here around is in aluminium. The corners are in plastic, let's say, rubber, but actually it's hard, so it's plastic. Here we have this main button to turn on and off the phone, and it is also a fingerprint sensor, the volume. And here on the other side we have this button, which is free, and you can program it with the function you prefer more and you want to keep handy. As a rugged phone, this phone is rated as IP68, which means that it's waterproof basically, and IP69K, which means it can withstand also high pressure water, which is really important while you're traveling. You can also leave it drop from 1.5 meters and should not break. I'm not gonna test it, but I trust because my previous one actually fell on the ground and nothing happened. It has a 5 amperes battery or a 5000 milliamperes battery, which can be charged via USB-C cable. Please remember to use a proper cable, otherwise you'll never get the charger. It's also possible to charge it wireless, which is really interesting while you are riding, because you probably remember that I destroyed my previous Blackview because of rain, because I broke this little hatch here. See this one? So it was not waterproof anymore. So it's really useful. You can keep this hatch closed and just use the wireless charge. Really interesting. You can use the phone as a power bank. So you can connect with the cable this phone to another phone, and you can recharge the other phone or whatever device you want. Really cool. The screen is 6.6 inches with 2.4K of resolution and a refresh rate of 120 Hz. A feature that is really important for using a phone as a navigator is the brightness of the screen. What I remember from the other Blackview I was using is that compared to a normal phone, the brightness of the screen was amazing, really. I could see everything, even under the direct light of sun. The brightness here is declared to 480 nit, so we will see later how bright it is, and we will make a comparison with this one in different light situations. But it's also interesting that this phone can withstand much better than a standard phone to very high and very low temperature. This is really important because it's really common that even if with just few degrees above zero, you try to charge the phone and it doesn't work because a very cold battery doesn't want to be charged. And on the other side, when it's very hot or you're just standing under the sun, the phone can become quickly very hot. Especially if you are using the navigator. The operating system is a DOC 3.1 based on Android 12, and it runs on an octa-core MediaTek Helio G96, which is basically more powerful than my PC. It has 8 GB RAM, which can be virtually expanded up to 14, and the internal memory is 256 GB, which can also be extended up to 1 TB using an SD card we can put here. Here we also have the space for a double SIM card, so 2 SIM cards, which again it's really useful while traveling, because generally you need to keep your own SIM card and also use a second SIM card, especially for the internet connection that you buy in the country you are traveling in. On the front we have a 16 megapixel camera, and let's give a look on the back. We have this array of sensors. The bigger one, the main one, is made by Samsung and has 50 megapixel. Later on we will make some comparison with other cameras. Generally this rugged phone do not have a very high quality, but let's see, this is a new one, maybe we get some surprise. These sensors are claimed to work very well in low light situation, so I really hope it actually works, because I really need a camera which works well with low lights. Recording can be done up to 2K 30 frames per second, which is quite good. Very nice. Here we have this cut here. We can use it for securing the phone to the motorbike, or put some lace to carry it safely, or to make a picture. You can put it on the wrist and be sure you're not dropping the phone into a cliff. This is really interesting for me. It has a Harman system. If you don't know, Harman is a really important, huge company in the audio industry, but not only. So you can see you have here the loudspeaker as usual, but also on the other side. So this is nice when you are watching a movie, for example, or just a video. It's nice that you have the sound coming from both sides. Okay, I think we gave a look to everything, more or less. Yeah. What is missing still? Okay, the price at the time I'm recording the video is 279.99, so 280 euros. Just to give you an idea, this Samsung cost me 200 euros in Corsica a couple of years ago. Okay, let's give a look to the quality of the pictures and the video. It is very bright day, so this is best condition possible. I clean as much as possible all the lens. I will take pictures with both my phones and also with the camera. Let's make a video. So let's give a look to 4 different sets of pictures, zooming on some details. We're gonna start with the Blackview BV9200, then with the Samsung, and then with the DJI Osmo Action using the photo mode. And now let's compare the video. Let's start again with the Blackview BV9200. This is pretty interesting because the quality itself is pretty good, and also compared to the Samsung, you can see there is some kind of stabilization in the image. Obviously the stabilization cannot compare with the DJI, which is an action cam, but it's still pretty interesting. Now let's give a look to the pictures taken with the low lights, and in the case of the Blackview we also compare the, let's say, normal setup and the night setup for the pictures. Here you can see a detail on the left. Pay attention on the quantity of light, and here you can see a comparison of the detail, so not that much difference, but still a little bit brighter using the night function. This is a picture taken using the front camera, which is actually pretty good, and also the light you see, it's just coming from the screen, and this is the same picture taken with my Samsung, which is definitely much worse. And actually to have this kind of result, I had to use the screen of the Blackview as a light. This is how the front camera works. You can see your face in the center, and the rest of the screen is used as a lamp to make the picture brighter and better quality. Here you can see that I found, so sorry for Italian, but I found some little mistake in the translations of some part of the menu. For example, luce di marcia actually doesn't mean anything in Italian, and carta da parati is the literary translation of wallpaper, I guess. And also here they just, I guess, forgot to translate one of the page of the menu. This is actually pretty weird. I can't be sure 100%. It's not my fault. Maybe some setup is not correct, but I tried to give a look around the menu. Basically the icon showing that there is a message or some notification from the app doesn't show the number of the notification. Maybe it's just a little bug of this version of the operative system, and they will fix it with the next release. So, just a few conclusions about the phone. I've been using it for 5-6 weeks and I'm really satisfied. The quality of the screen, the brightness, I'm really impressed by the processor, so every app opens and closes lightning fast. I can say it's twice, maybe 3 times faster than my phone. And for example, when I was using Osmand on the old Blackview, the BV9500, so this new phone is, I think, 50 times faster. I actually didn't use it as a navigator because I'm still recovering from the accident, but I didn't need it because, as you know, I already did it in the past, so I know it works very well. The quality of the camera is much better than the previous one, which was terrible, and also much better than my phone. The night setup, the night function of the camera honestly doesn't work that much. It just makes brighter some detail, but nothing more. Also the quality of the video is pretty good, and also even if I didn't find any specification about that, it's clearly present some kind of stabilization, as you could see comparing the video I shoot with the Blackview and the video I shoot with my phone, which is shaking all over the places. The audio quality is more than satisfying. I like the idea to have 2 loudspeakers on both sides of the phone. It's really pleasant when you watch a movie or a video. The brightness of the screen is really good. I tried to show you a comparison with my phone, but actually it's not easy with the external camera to record such a reflective surfaces, so I cannot show you, but it's, I guess, at least twice brighter than mine. What I didn't like at all, still the same problem I had with the old one, is the system to seal the USB charger connector. It's weak. It's really weak. It's annoying to open. It's annoying to connect the cable. Basically, you need 2 hands to easily connect the cable, and if you pull it too much, it's easy to break. It's also easy to shut up. It's also easy that this little rubber part gets stuck, so you are not able anymore to close the door. And in case you break it, the door detach completely from the phone, so you are gonna lose it in one day. So I would really suggest Blackview to improve this detail, because for 280 euros this wonderful phone can be really a bestseller. But if you want to use it as a navigator during your travels, this can be a little bit annoying. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.